Teachers, what is the most depressing thing a student has told you about their home life? There's one kid I'll never forget from those elementary days. His name was Tyler, and every Friday he'd turn into a completely different person. Monday through Thursday, Tyler was this sweet, quiet kid who always turned in his homework on time. He'd help other students with math problems and never caused any trouble. But every Friday around noon, something would switch. He'd start picking fights with classmates over stupid stuff like borrowed pencils. He'd fake stomach aches and beg the nurse to call his mom. Sometimes he'd even act out just to get sent to the principal's office. The third Friday in a row, when Tyler threw someone's backpack across the room, I decided to keep him after school for detention. I thought maybe he was just testing boundaries or getting weekend excitement. Boy, was I wrong. At first, he just sat there, refusing to talk. I tried the usual teacher tricks like asking about his weekend plans or if something was bothering him at home. Nothing worked. Then after about 20 minutes of silence, he just blurted out, "I hate Fridays, okay?" That's when they changed me. I had no idea what he meant. Change him how? New clothes? Different schedule? But when I asked him to explain, his whole face crumpled up like he was about to cry. Every Friday after school, Mrs. Davis picks me up and drives me to the Hendricks family for the weekend. Then Monday morning, Mr. Hendricks drops me back at the other house where I stay during the week. They keep switching me back and forth like I'm some kind of package. That's when it clicked. Tyler was in foster care, but I didn't know the details. I asked him why they moved him around so much, thinking maybe it was some kind of gradual placement thing. The county says they don't have enough beds, so they have to split me up. One family takes me Monday to Friday, another one gets weekends. It's supposed to be temporary until they find me a permanent home, but it's been going on for 6 months now. I felt sick hearing this. But then Tyler kept talking, and what he said next made my blood run cold. The Wilsons during the week are okay. They have food and let me watch TV sometimes, but the weekend house, he trailed off and started picking at his shoelaces. Mr. Hendricks has a belt collection, and Mrs. Hendricks pretends not to see when he uses them. I asked Tyler if he'd told anyone about this, but he just shook his head. Who would believe me? I'm just a foster kid, and if I get the Hendricks family in trouble, maybe they'll send me somewhere even worse. Then he told me about all the tricks he'd been using to avoid going there. Faking sick, so he'd have to stay at the school nurse's office late, hiding in the bathroom until after pickup time. Once he even walked away after Mr. Hendricks dropped him off Monday morning and slept in the basement of a church nearby. If I can just stay invisible on Fridays, maybe they'll forget about me and let me stay with the Wilsons full time. They're not perfect, but at least they don't hurt me. This 10-year-old kid had been strategically planning ways to avoid abuse for months, and none of us adults had figured it out. We just thought he was being a typical difficult student on Fridays. I knew I had to report this immediately. I called our school's family liaison that same afternoon and explained everything Tyler had told me. She contacted Child Protective Services within the hour. The next week, a CPS worker came to interview Tyler at school. At first, he was terrified, thinking he'd get in trouble for talking. But the worker explained that adults are supposed to protect kids, not hurt them, and that Tyler had done nothing wrong. It took 2 weeks for the investigation, but they found evidence of abuse at the Hendricks house. Apparently, other foster kids had been placed there before and removed, but somehow Tyler's case had slipped through the cracks in their system. Tyler never had to go back to that house again. The Wilsons agreed to take him full-time, and for the first time in months, Tyler actually smiled on a Friday afternoon. A year later, the Wilsons officially adopted him.